So welcome everyone. It's December the 6th, 2023, and we're still in the Halion chakra, the law of attachment and detachment and prudence, and the sixth dimension. I'm going to share the screen right now, and we'll get right into this. We're actually repeating this one more time, this manifestation technique, which is really helpful. So I'm going to call this part 6B. We've done 6 and 6A, and this is 6B. So let's just jump right in. So we're working with the Halion chakra. It's blue and pink and mauve and some turquoise and violet shot through with mint green. So it's many, there's many qualities to this chakra. So not only prudence, but the universal law of attachment and detachment and the sixth dimension. And the reason it's so many colors is it's part of our mastery, and it's connected to our star family, who are more evolved than we are. They are residing in a type of peace that we have not mastered on Earth so far. We still have pockets of war. So it's really, really important for us to master that peace within. And this blue here is the color of peace. And what St. Bernadette talks about is how important the apology to self is, that quick healing for the self. When we bring the energy back and just say, I'm so sorry, I didn't understand how things work. We're releasing the need to know and to be in control. So it's really, really coming into the now, which is this green energy in that the chakra shot through the middle of. We're remembering to come into that compassion and that love in the now moment. So it's an amazing chakra to be studying. And I'm glad it's taking so long, because there's so much to it. Okay. Another piece is remember your grounding, because as we are developing these qualities and remembering them, it's easy to feel really floaty. We need to remember to drop that root cord to Gaia, give it to her, so that we're fully present in the body. So we're not floating out of the body. It's easier for ascension to happen when we're fully grounded in the body. Okay, so we've been doing this and just invoking the universal law of attachment and detachment connected to our Halion chakra, the sixth dimension, and prudence. And even saying, waking up in the morning and saying, I am prudence, helps us with our refined balance. The Buddha did teach us a creation technique, flying into the golden temple, in behind the emerald green heart chakra, and dropping creations down to the solar plexus and breathing them out to the universe. So that is the meditation connected to the law of attachment and detachment. It's a great one to really anchor in for any creation that you would like to manifest here on Earth. The letting go of it and birthing it out to the universe is letting go of control, so that we're not holding it tight, and so that it can come back to us, enhanced with the energies of our star family, with the masters, with the angelic realm. Okay. And this attachment and detachment has been a real eye-opener for how to view trauma. For me, I've looked at it in a whole different way. It's been very helpful. There's no blame involved, because what I've been understanding is experienced trauma in this life can be a co-creation. It's like we've attracted it to release karma, to master detachment, master apologies to self, to the universe, to whomever we've harmed, and again, attachment to the highest vision. So when we view any experienced traumas in this life from that higher perspective, There's incredible compassion. There's no judgment. And it's a realization that it's been a co-creation. It's not something to blame somebody for, because from my understanding now, it's like an attraction. We've attracted it to do the work here. So to take full responsibility and go deep into the apology to self and to anyone else that's concerned, and then to just master that detachment. So it's an amazing way to look at trauma. So there's no blame. Okay, so this was the list that the Buddha gave us in the meditation. So it was almost like an ascension list. And we're going to go through it one by one to see how we can master them as creations. So perfect relationship, from my understanding, it's the relationship inside of us with our masculine and our feminine. So we're not being right about anything inside. Therefore, there's no war within. So with some of the wars that have happened in the last 6 months or so, they're just teaching us to be really cognizant of what's going on inside of us. Because if we've got a war going on between the two sides in ourselves, it actually contributes to all war on the planet. So it's really important for us to find that place of peace inside. So we manifest peace in our external reality on the planet. So financial abundance is quite straightforward, perfect health, happy family, and fully embodying mission and purpose. So it's just a nice little list of creations to work on for our ascension. Mm-hmm. And just know that we are always connected to truth with the silver cord that goes from the crown chakra to source energy, and then our grounding cord to Gaia. So it's nice to, before you even get out of bed, to ground yourself and know that you're attached to truth, that we can be fully embodying who we truly are without too much effort. It's not meant to be difficult. It's just that we've made it complicated. Okay, so this is the masculine, the feminine side of the mind, and the masculine, and you can see how one side of the mind operates the opposite side of the body. So it's like a crossover energy. This is the place where we want to be at peace inside with the mother energy and the father energy, and it usually goes back to what we've witnessed as children. So the more that we are in that state of forgiveness and apology and compassion and gratefulness for the mother and the father, then it helps balance the physical form, and we maintain our joy. So prudence is connected to this higher heart and also the Halion chakra. And when we invoke the law of attachment, it's like, and detachment, it's like remembering to attach to love and detach quickly with apology to create that peace within, and then always coming back and attaching to love. So it's sometimes the Buddha has said attach to information gathering about a situation, and then detach from everything not of love, and then come back and attach to the love. So it's just a beautiful way to look at attachment and detachment. Prudence is connected to moderation, which is compassion, which is love. It's connected to balance, which is our gratitude. And it's also connected to faith and trust and temperance. And temperance, when I looked it up, is the release of all pain, basically. So reminding ourselves not to really be conscious of the thought patterns, which can tend to be an addiction to pain. So focusing on the divine qualities, on apology to self, forgiveness, makes a huge difference, because it brings us right into the middle, right into the heart. And so that we're emanating from here rather than from a mental capacity where it can be a little trickier, harder to balance the old belief systems from the mind, easier from the heart. So really focus on emanating from the heart. And here's Albert talking about the sixth dimension, the growth opportunities of the six. He said it's his favorite. He says, when we say chaos, we speak of it in terms of creative chaos. For in every chaotic situation, whether it is internal or external, there's an opportunity for growth. And the biggest opportunity for growth is understanding that we are not in control. It brings with it the growth of the qualities of surrender. So that's really deep letting go. That's like when I say starfish on the bed. If you're really discombobulated about something, just lie down and listen to your guides, basically. Just legs and arms akimbo and listen. And in that, the Divine Mother has described ascension as a lifting up. That can happen. It happened to me recently when I was letting go. It's a big chunk of old stuff. And I felt my whole system, my whole body being lifted up into the higher realms. And then that's when I got the understandings that trauma is co-created. And when I floated back down, it was like, whoa, that's such a huge perspective for me. Game changer. So trust, fortitude, hope. And hope is really understanding the mother, the father, the one in the stillness, all equal. The sixth dimension has the ability to acknowledge that seemingly random chaos has a divine patterning, teaches the lessons of reaping what you sow. It brings forth a profound appreciation of the gift of the unknown. So you can see there's lots of understandings embedded in the sixth dimension. And personally, as a planet, I think that's where we are right now, because there's lots of chaos in the external, and we're really beginning to understand the internal work. So this is what I've realized from studying prudence and the law of attachment and detachment. When a thought, a feeling, a past situation arises that is out of alignment, not of love, often connected to a co-created past trauma, when we quickly say and feel, I am so sorry for my lack of awareness, for not understanding how things work, especially with karmic dispensation, because karmic dispensation is purity. It's understanding we're here to love everyone, especially people we consider our opponents, some people that we have been involved with, a co-created trauma. It is to get to that place of non-judgment, compassion for the past. And then, so when we quickly say, I'm sorry for not understanding, then we fall back into the love, and we can just really start talking love and gratitude, love and gratitude, love and gratitude. And that's the place to reside in. It's so uplifting. So, and it's a fabulous place for creations. So the throat, yes, Darren.
So this karmic dispensation, is that when we make the realization are able to release that karma?
Well, it's the understanding that everything is forgiven in the higher realms, that actually there is no karma, because the mother, the father, were the one, and the angelic realm and our star family, they don't judge what has happened here. So it's an automatic understanding of non-judgment of everything. So it's an automatic release of all karma. So that's why it says karma dispensation. Does that make sense?
Well, karma is cause and effect, right?
Yeah, but that's the old system.
Yeah, well, I don't know. I think karma is karma, no matter which system you're in.
But if we're in a time of karmic dispensation, then there's a
Yeah.
dispensation for karma.
Yeah, that's right. We learn how to release the karma. Yeah, for sure.
But it's just knowing that it's all forgiven. The
And
most,
that releases it, right?
yeah. Mhm. Well, it's an automatic release, yes. Mhm. Mhm. It's the non-judgment of everything. It's compassion. And that's why I say when we look at past trauma as a co-creation, that we attracted it, then we take core responsibility for apology to self for not understanding how things work, for not understanding karmic dispensation, for not understanding that everything is forgiven.
So that co-creation is with another person, right?
Well, most trauma usually is with somebody else. Yes. Unless it's like someone said to me today, unless you fall off you're mountain climbing and you fall off a mountain, then you're co-creating trauma with the rock. But as Albert Einstein says, everything breathes. So that rock is a living being. Do you see?
Yeah.
So Steve?
Well, if you go to the book on leaving the cycle of conflict, and you look at the diagram of the cycle of conflict, how it happens, you'll see how people co-create.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, it's a co-creation. Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
But we don't usually
definitely.
look at it that way. We tend to blame and think we
Yep.
need to forgive. But I'm
Yeah.
looking at it completely differently now. Now I'm saying there's forgiveness involved, but it's also, like Bernadette said, I'm so sorry to myself for not understanding. Because we attracted it. We attracted it because of other lifetimes, possibly, or we wanted the gift of that experience so that we would master detachment. Like there's so many ways to look at it without blame, with no blame. And just knowing, like Archangel Raphael says, there's no difference between healing and creation. So that trauma may have been a creation for a healing. Every creation is a healing and every healing is a creation. So it's just mastering a new way to look at the past so that we stay right in the heart, and we're not batting things back and forth between in the mind between the masculine and the feminine side. Darren.
Yeah, so through that process, we gained the understanding of how we got out of the balance in the first place, right?
Oh yeah, every belief here has contributed to what we see in the external. It's the compounded. We haven't been good at turning around what's happened here and apologizing at all. We're terrible at it. And especially to self.
Well, we lose the pleasure of blaming someone then.
But look at what it's led to.
I know, I'm just being facetious.
Okay, yeah, okay, yeah. I mean, yeah, it tends to feel good, and I don't know, yes. But it doesn't necessarily create a planet of joy. Okay, so letting go control, so that need to be right about something inside, is connected to detachment, apologizing to the self, to the universe, to whomever we've harmed. I'm so sorry. And it's really for our unconsciousness, lack of awareness, for not understanding how things work. So if we want to see, align things reflecting back to us, so we need to practice that alignment with self. So we're in that state of joy and love within, healing and creation within. The more we're there, the more we're going to see it reflected back. So ever since I've been practicing this, like really like day and night, I've seen a lot of really cool reflections come back. like especially when I was out with my little granddaughter, or even her behavior. It was astonishing. So it's a fun thing to practice and to see the reflections that come back to you. Okay, so I did this little slide, understanding karmic dispensation. We are in a time of knowing there is no judgment connected to all our adventures, good, bad, and ugly, here on earth from the higher realms. So we're learning to be that, but it's an automatic from the angelic realm, star family, beings on the other side. They're in a state of love, and Steve can attest to this. And in that love, it's impossible to judge. And Archangel Michael has said that over and over and over. And I felt it, and Steve, you felt it. Like it's such a beautiful state of being. As we embody that non-judgment, that compassion, and this is really our ascension. This is what I'm feeling is our ascension for self, others. We are embodying karmic dispensation. So karmic dispensation is connected to the throat chakra, the blue throat chakra. And I'm beginning to see trauma that we have experienced in this lifetime is a co-creation. We have attracted that trauma. It takes two to tangle or more. And now is the time to take core responsibility to apologize to ourselves for not understanding how things work in the higher realms, namely karmic dispensation, the understanding and knowing of non-judgment of everything. All there is love and joy. And we're learning from Archangel Raphael that healing love is the same as creation, joy, basically. There is no difference. So now I'm starting to see love and joy very closely intertwined, and peace. And peace can be that quick apology to self. And then as soon as we do that, it brings us right back into the love and joy. It's an automatic. It's such a beautiful thing. So understanding that karmic dispensation is a beautiful way to look at it. And we will get to that when we get to the throat chakra. So then the Buddha gave us a list asking us what we're attached to. And it actually makes a lot of sense. He talks about fear, lack of self-worth, drama, things never work out for me. I will not have enough money to pay my bills. I don't know why, but my body never seems to cooperate. And I have trouble meditating. I can't get my mind to go quiet. So I think we've all probably struggled with these. Steve is laughing. Yeah, I say that's a pretty good list, Buddha. Okay. So this is a fun way to release old energy. So if you find that the apology to self is it's just not working the way you want it to, you can literally take that old energy and pretend you're putting it into a bubble right in front of you and just let it flow out of you. And I've done this. My guides have said you can just let the energy bubble off your hands. It's instantaneously transmuted, but you can literally put it into like a soap bubble. You know how when kids blow bubbles, one of those right in front of you, quite big. Just let it flow into that. You can take the whole piece of energy and put it right in it. It can flow into it. And then once you feel like it's out of your system, because these old systems are just energy, that's all they are, then you can let it flow up to source to be immediately transmuted. You can pop the bubble and it will turn into a million sparkles, transmutated energy that's transmuted. So that's a kind of a fun way to release energy. Yeah, Darren.
So what are all the pink circles?
Well, if we were in a circle and we wanted to work on something, then we could say we all wanted to work on releasing lack of self-worth. We could all put it into the bubble and just allow it to disappear. So you can do it as a group, You can do it with 2 people. You can do it singly. It's just a fun way to release old energy. And then you've got to really, really know that that it works that way. I've been experimenting with it, and you can feel a huge shift in your physical form when you consciously let go these old belief systems and pretend that they go into a bubble. It's just a fun way to release energy. So you can do it as a group, 2 people, 1 person. Okay. So this is us reframing the attachments. And the Buddha says, what is the reality of that attachment? So if we're looking at the divine qualities and the energy that's embedded in our heart chakra, the blue flame, the pink and the silver, and the yellow, we've got peace, we've got love and truth, and we've got joy. And of course, the pink is the self and it's grace as well. So that knowing of that heart flame, the tri-flame in the heart chakra, is embedded with who we truly are. So when we attach to that, then there are no belief systems. And so here he's talking about fear. And so I'm saying, what is the reality of that attachment? Where is the truth, the love, the joy, the peace? And you can automatically, like an opposite of fear is I am attached to love. You can say I am love. But you can take it even further and realize that we are perfect relationship. So that was one of the items in the Buddha's list, perfect relationship. So when we're in that balance, in the physical form of the masculine, the feminine, it's a beautiful thing to love. So if you recognize it, you can quickly say, I'm sorry for my fear, and then come right into, I love perfect relationship, or I am love, and be really grateful for it. So when you're in that state of love and gratitude, then the old systems dissolve very quickly. So, and then there's no war within, basically. The feeling of peace is right there as well. So these divine qualities, they're all interconnected. There's peace and joy and love and truth and love are very interconnected. So they all are interconnected, and it creates a soup of feeling good inside. That is basically our ascension. So focusing on the love and the joy, the gratitude for being on planet in physical form is a really beautiful way to be in physical form. And the reason I've got this spiraling energy is that the energy of these flames spiral. So if you're studying the heart chakra, the tri-flame, the flames spiral around the pink. So just know that there's spiraling energy around the physical form, within the physical form, and also around the planet. And that's connected to our ascension as well. So if we're working on understanding, going deeper into I am love and perfect relationship, it's really, I'm so sorry for anything connected to my feminine side, to my mother, to my sisters, to my relatives. It usually relates right back to family in some way. And the masculine side, I'm so sorry for the masculine side. And then quickly jumping into love for the masculine, love for the feminine, and gratitude. Being in gratitude for the mother energy and gratitude for the father energy. And that brings you into the perfect balance where we can be out in the world and be peace with everyone we meet. So there's we're not getting triggered because we have responsibly dealt with our past. We've come to that place of peace within, which is usually connected to family. Okay, so yeah.
Question.
Yes.
Can one have a perfect relationship with children?
No. Good question.
I just wondered. Uh-huh.
Yeah, that's a good question. I'm sure, yes, it's possible. I am not in a perfect relationship with all three of my children, but it's a ongoing process. So yes, I believe it's possible because we're here to be in joy with everyone. But it's difficult because everyone has free choice. So, and as our children are going through the ascension process, they're making decisions, and we have to, and us standing back and honoring their decisions is part of the process as well. And the Buddha actually goes into that because he talks about his son who went to war, and I think the son died in the war, and he said that it really he found it very difficult to stay balanced. But he said that's part of our mastery, to be able to stand back and allow our children to make the decisions that they want to make.
And how about relationships with younger children, like your grandchildren, you know, as they're growing up?
Oh yeah, that's easy to be in a great relationship with them. Yeah, because they're so joyful. The young ones are so joyful.
I
Yeah.
agree.
Yeah, they're so much fun. It's just as they get older and they get a mind of their own. Yeah. Okay. So yeah, there you go. It's just recognizing, becoming very conscious of what's going on in the mind. Because oftentimes we'll just be, you know, doing our daily routine without realizing what the mind is, what's happening. And so it's just getting very, very conscious of the thoughts that are arising in the mind, and then dealing with them immediately. Either, you know, giving them out into the energy bubble, apologizing, loving them, being grateful, coming back into love and joy, into that creative state of being, rather than, you know, allowing the old belief systems to take over. So, and the Arcturians say, just tell the universe and show the universe what you want to see reflected back to you. I love this. And they want us to feel whole and complete in ourselves. And then trust that that wholeness and completeness will begin to be reflected back to us when we dedicate ourselves to self-love. So I love that. So just, you can tell the universe what you want, and especially be who we truly are. Remember your wholeness and completeness. And we'll start to see that reflected back to us all the time. And then that's the big change of our external reality. Yes, Darren.
Yeah, and I believe you can not only tell them, but you can demand what you want. You can also put it forcefully out.
Okay. And how do you do that?
Well, you just make a demand like you would, you know, on Earth. You demand that this is what you want or need or would like to see.
Okay, so using your divine will.
Right.
Okay.
But when you just have to realize that when you're doing that, you're not making that demand to anyone else except your higher self. You demand your higher self do that. And so you're talking to yourself, basically.
You're demanding yourself.
Yeah, right.
Okay.
Your higher self.
Okay. Okay. But you can be gentle too if you want, I would imagine.
Oh, yeah, for sure. But it just has more impact, you know, if you're demanding.
Okay. Well, there we go. Okay. So just know we can do that. We can tell, we can demand, but especially I think it's it's showing with a beautiful balanced state of being within, with our refined balance, remembering our prudence. I think just being that, it will automatically reflect back, because that's like the law of as within, so without. So the more we are in that refined balance inside, that's what we see reflected without. And then also, if we don't see it, we're very good at being detached. So like, for instance, when I go down and I do readings with the women that are really struggling with addiction, I don't have a problem going there and being with them. Like, it doesn't bother me. It's not a very, it's a really difficult reality for these women to be living in that, but you can go in and be detached and just loving. So it's not the mirror that we want to see. We want to see everyone lifted up and not struggling with extreme addiction like that. So just know you can go, the more you are in that state of refined balance, you can go anywhere, and the outer reality doesn't affect you. So here we go. The Buddha's asking us, are we attached to lack of self-worth? So you could change it to so if you recognize any lack of self-worth coming up, then you quickly do the apology, and you can work with I am attached to self-worth, or I love my self-worth. Thank you for my self-worth. I've been going out, like, just on my walks and going through the Buddha's list and being thank you, and I love, and it will instantaneously lift you up just saying these affirmations to yourself. And self-worth can be connected to happy families. So the more our families are happy, that can contribute to a happy planet. So basically, if any discombobulation arises in the family, then it's a quick apology, and then get right back to creating that joy that can be very present within a family situation. And even before going to a family party, you can be sending that intention out there. Thank you for this beautiful gathering. Thank you. I love my family. So it's just those affirmations that it can be very helpful. Drama. Oh, are we attached to drama? This one is very insidious, because drama can just arise out of nowhere. So we really want to remember our peace, our detachment from drama. So anchoring in gratitude for peace and love for peace inside. And especially when we're meditating, that's why I put this big picture of sitting under the Bodhi tree here. This is, remember when the Buddha asked us to watch everyone and bless everyone as they're passing by. So it's the same with thoughts that are out of alignment. Just bless them, let them go. Quick apology to self. It really brings us back into the center, into the heart rapidly, when we understand peace and apologies and blessing and love. And freedom, it's a natural state of being. It just is. Peace is inherent. Peace is permanent, essential, characteristic, attribute in the physical form, but it's much easier when we understand detachment, apologies, creating peace in situations, our ability to be the observer of everything. So I do know that some situations we are going to go into and be teaching people how to be this, and there can be beliefs rise up where it almost becomes like an argument. So the ability to stand back and allow it's a really it's a really amazing thing to be able to do. Yeah, Darren.
I don't know, is it possible to have freedom if you're attached to anything?
Well, what are you talking about? Are attached to love?
No, attached to any of the lower vibrations.
Well, I'm talking that freedom, it's underneath. It's permanent, essential, and a characteristic attribute inside of us underneath those belief systems. So once you let it go, you're going to find that freedom. It's right there. Mhm. It's right there. Freedom is right there. Just know it's there. Mhm.
So,
Mhm.
I guess it's related really to love very much, isn't it?
All there is love and peace. Yeah. Mhm.
So freedom is a part of love, component of love.
Yeah, but more peace. More peace.
More related to peace.
Safety. Peace is connected to safety and freedom, detachment, apologies, being the observer. Or the more we are the observer, that frees us up. We're not attached to the old belief systems. Very freeing not to have those insidious belief systems running. Does that make sense?
Yep. No, sounds good. Thanks.
Okay, you're welcome. So yeah, freedom is peace. It's peace. But it's understanding that you can free yourself by really quickly apologizing to the self, to the universe. It's just remembering in the moment. Mhm. So I'm kind of going over and over this so that to help us remember. Tell the universe, detach, apologize to the self, to the universe, to whomever we've harmed. I'm so sorry. And just remembering that we're verily unconscious. We're in kindergarten learning about how things work in the higher realms. This we all know. If we had a near-death experience, we would know all, like you would just naturally be in the zone of understanding all this very easily. So that's why when people come back from near-death experiences and they're saying, why aren't we all just loving each other? That's, maybe we should all have one to get it. So yes, Darren.
So the reason we need to learn all these things is so we can apply them, I guess, in this life, really in this lifetime, without leaving.
Yes, absolutely. That's why we're learning all about it, so that the body starts to regenerate, like really regenerate, and then you can live hundreds of years again, the way we used to. Like our star family, they live hundreds of years. Mhm. So we really are embodying this
I am so sorry.
for our ascension. But what is ascension? It's remembering love and peace and joy, basically, which we have forgotten. And it's not even so mental. It's really just dropping into the heart and being in the heart in every interaction. Like our minds are amazing because we're aligning the mind with the heart. But the more we're like, all this information is great. But if you just focused on the heart and the flow of love that's in the heart, that's it. I mean, it's not really that complicated, but it's consciously being in the heart. And then watching it reflect back to us, because the universe is a series of mirrors. So we're getting somewhere when the interactions with people are really, really loving, when You know, we're starting to see the beauty, we're focusing more on the beauty than on the things that aren't working. We're focusing on what is working. And that's your attention goes where what's that saying, Steve? We know focus goes where attention goes, or.
If remember, whatever you give your attention to grows.
Yeah, that one.
Oh,
Yeah,
good.
or energy follows thought, basically.
Yeah,
If you
So-
listen to Einstein.
follows attention. Yeah.
Yeah, so if we're focusing on what's working, we're going to see more of what's working. So that focus on what's working, and that's why I'm always talking about the Good News Network and trying to post on Golden Age of Gaia things that are working. I did post recently, I think it was today too, the man that's developed a therapeutic community for young people struggling with addiction. Yeah, Lillian's is nodding.
Yes, I read it.
Yeah, incredible. So that's very similar to the one that I volunteer in here called John Vulcan Academy, where they teach the young people life skills. And he's just expanding it and expanding it. It's called Rancho Cielo, I think. Cielo. But I was so excited. That actually, Steve, came in to Susie in the Contact Us, and she sent it to me because she knows I'm like so excited about stuff like that. And I couldn't wait to post it because it just like, that's what we need. We need solutions to the problems. And addiction is a huge one. So that man was a judge, and he got tired of sending these young people to jail where the jails weren't teaching them life skills. So he built it himself. And I was like, yes, that's what we need.
Did you see the difference in how much it cost per person?
Mhm.
Jails cost $110,000 per person, and his ranch cost $25,000
Yep.
per person.
Mhm. Incredible. And
People who run jails are making a fortune.
yes.
Yeah,
Mhm.
that's why they do it.
Mhm.
Yes, you better believe it.
They got shifted.
Sorry, that
But-
was a judgment.
It's okay. It's okay. That was
Well,
discernment. That was discernment. So it's good. It's good to see what's not working. And then the creation would be attaching to what is working. Mhm.
And he gets 25 million gold stars for doing that beautiful work that he's doing.
Exactly. So the one where I volunteer, the man only charges the people that want to come there $2,000 for 2 years.
Wow.
Yeah, he's a saint. And then they learn all kinds of life skills. They get to work on a farm. They get to grow vegetables. They get to sell them in the store that he has. Like, it's just amazing. So yeah, we need a whole bunch more therapeutic communities.
Mhm.
I
Are
would,
these, I'm sorry, I just wondered if these young people are teenagers, high school age, or what, or beyond?
most of them are a little older than that.
Mhm.
Yeah. The one where I volunteer, they're 20 to 40. Some are almost 50, some of them. And Rancho Cielo, they didn't look like teenagers, but some of them were doing their high school
Mhm.
that they hadn't finished. Yeah. So, but yes, it is younger and younger, the age group that is falling into addiction. It's really sad. Okay, so we can actually hold the highest vision for projects to emerge. Like, that's something that I really would love to see more of, is projects emerging. And just people like the judge getting his the energy from above flowed through him with an aha, I can do something about this. So it's people that understand the issue and the solution and can create the solution. And what I'm seeing with the money piece is the money just sort of comes, like the judge, I think he was getting donations from people, probably that he knew, wealthy people that he knew, to get that up and running. Because it didn't look like it was connected to the government. Maybe it was connected to the government. I'm not sure. I didn't look into that. But here we have the Buddha saying things never work out for me. That's extreme addiction. Somebody that falls into extreme addiction. They've probably got that running. And we've all got it running on to some degree because of what we've experienced in our lifetime. So when you feel that come up, just say, oh, I'm so sorry for my unconsciousness. And then attach to, like Ken said, things always and in all ways work out for me. So it's reframing these old belief systems. And I wrote here, why do things always work out for me? So you can ask that question, why? If you're really stumped about an old belief, just keep asking why, and your guides will show you. They know so much about us that we find a struggle to understand. And this is a really important piece, the building of joy. So just know the more we wake up in gratitude and we build that gratitude for daily life, it actually brings us into a state of ascension. Joy is incredible. So that gratitude for yourself, for the people around you. It's like when Lao Tzu taught us humility, unity consciousness is connected to us being in gratitude for each other. So really finding the ways to be thankful and appreciate each other. And then again, the whole planet would work if we were in that state of humility and any kind of state of joy or compassion, any of the divine qualities, peace, any of those states of it would be incredible if we really, really got that. So that's dropping into our heart and accessing all that information that's in the heart chakra. So, and then just saying even times 8 billion helps bring it in faster. Joy is like a bonfire within us. It can start out as a small flame, but it builds and builds and builds so that you're in a really high state of being when you're in gratitude for everything. So, and then this is always a fun one. I will not have enough money to pay my bills. So if that comes up, a quick apology. Yes, I will. I am attached to, I always and always have enough money to pay my bills. I am financial abundance. And when the mother gave us the law of change, one of her on her list was financial security. She said, it's important for us to be in financial security. So let's attach to it. Let's just say, I am abundance and I am security. And that security is connected to peace as well. So, and so really quickly saying, I'm so sorry for my lack of awareness, for not understanding how things work. So in the higher realms, there's enough for everyone. There's enough for everything. So just stating out loud, I love financial abundance. I love financial security, because often we have these beliefs around it that lack is saintly. No, not anymore. And so I am so grateful for financial abundance, financial security. I am safe. I am free. That's a part of peace and freedom, financial security. Okay. It's basically just loving money as energy, as flow, and you can do lots of things. You can travel, you can help other people. It's an amazing thing. Money is it's fun. We have to just shift our how we feel about money into something that's fun to play with. Okay. So again, it's just back to telling the universe, if we want more money, just tell the universe, I would like more money. and see it come flying in. Okay. So, and this one is, I don't know why, but my body never seems to cooperate. So this is a big one. And it can go back to family patterns, family belief systems. And so just attaching to my body always and in always cooperates. I am perfect health. So that's a good one to jump out of bed saying every morning. Bring it in, be it, and then know that it's with mantras. So if you're saying I am perfect health, the mantra will expand the more you say it into the balance that's needed. So it may start, you may see your mother, you may see your father, you may see somebody in the family and start to understand where these old belief systems are coming from. So then it's adjusting. Oh, I'm so sorry. I didn't understand how things work. And bringing it back, keep bringing it back to the middle. Usually health issues come down. It's a belief system that's been in the family. So yeah. So the quick, I'm so sorry. I love my body. I love my perfect health. I am so grateful for my perfect health. My body always and in always cooperates. I am perfect health. Thank you, thank you, thank you. You can walk around all day saying this, and then the awareness will come as to what the belief systems are underlying if we're struggling with some kind of health issue. That's a fun one for Steve. You could practice that one.
You bet. As I'm hunched over all day, I'm going to say I'm in perfect health.
Yeah, and I am so grateful for it. Then
Yes,
you're
okay.
bringing it into the now, the gratitude. And that's why the gratitude is so important. And that's why the ascension spiral is golden, because it's us bringing that perfect, our wholeness and completeness into the now with gratitude, basically. Yeah. And love, like love, real deep love for self and gratitude. And it's even, I've even started looking, remember how Archangel Michael told us to look in the mirror and tell yourself how much you love yourself? Do you remember that? I was never able to do that. I just couldn't do it. I don't know what the what the problem was, lack of self-love and lack of self-worth. But ever since I've been doing this, I'm so grateful and I love, it's easy to look in the mirror and really look deep into your eyes. And he said, when you look deep into your eyes, you see yourself, you really see your soul. So it's a fun thing to do, to see if you can actually do it now. Because I think we've reached a whole new level that we can do it. Yeah, Darren.
Yeah, once you do that, once you really feel that gratitude, then I think you will be shown what the next step you have to take is. So there's always a next step to do.
Yeah, the unfolding of them. Yes. So what I've noticed with mantras is they morph and they shift into next steps and things. Yeah. So, but yeah, the mirror, looking in the mirror is a really interesting thing to do. Okay. And I have trouble meditating. I can't get my mind to go quiet. So again, just reframing it. And again, it's probably an old belief system that's been around for a long time. We haven't been a population that, I mean, India is probably, would you say that's the main country that was connected to meditation, Steve?
Main
India
country.
or Asia too?
Well, I think India would have been probably the birthplace of things like meditation. Yeah. Then it would have spread to Southeast Asia. In fact, we know the Bodhidharma took it to Southeast Asia.
Right. And then Yogananda brought yoga and practices to North America. Yes,
Vivekananda, Turiyananda, there's a bunch of them that visited, yeah.
yeah. So it's not something in North America that is a natural thing for us to do. We don't generally wake up in the morning and sit still. So you can see, again, it's like a family thing. It's a family pattern. So just quickly saying, I'm sorry for our unconsciousness and attaching to, I love meditating. You jump right into the, I love it. Yep, Darren.
Yeah, I think it's also important to take your thoughts and drop them into your heart, because that quiets them down automatically.
Mhm.
Being in the heart, absolutely. I totally agree.
I'm gonna have to leave, dear.
Okay.
Bye.
Why,
Okay, so yeah, so there's the peaceful meditation, gratitude for it, thank you. And of course, the quick apology makes a huge difference. So I don't know, has anyone been experimenting with the quick apology? No.
I haven't so far, but I'm going to.
Yeah, it's amazing how fast it works. Yeah, so it's but it's just a recognizing in the moment. Oh, my mind is doing the it's not exactly peaceful, or it's not exactly joyful. And then just the quick apology brings us right into the center.
Consciousness from my lack of understanding and consciousness, my lack of awareness, my lack and
Yeah, so it's basically the I'm so sorry, and then I love, and I'm so grateful. So it's connected to the throat chakra, the heart chakra, and the solar plexus.
uh-huh.
We're just remembering what's in the chakra system.
Mhm. The question, where is exactly is the Halion chakra? Is it in the byway in the upper,
It's right below the heart.
right below the heart? Okay.
Yeah. And then the Sarun one that's also connected to prudence is right above. So the Sarun one is more golden and the Halion's more blue.
Uh-huh.
Yeah. So the Halion one is really connected to us saying, I'm so sorry, quickly. And then the Sarun one is the gratitude one. So you can see how you've got the forgiveness and apology below the heart and the gratitude above, and the heart being green is the love, and blue and yellow makes green.
Another question. Isn't like when we say, I'm so sorry for my lack of for my unconsciousness and for my lack of understanding and my lack of awareness. I see awareness and lack of awareness and lack of understanding being very similar. What do you?
Yes, totally. I was just trying to get us to understand why we were saying I'm so sorry.
Okay.
Yeah, because you've probably heard of the Ho'oponopono mantra that says, I'm so sorry, please forgive me, I love you, thank you. I mean, I've sent that mantra thousands of times, but I didn't really understand it. I didn't realize I didn't understand it. So the I'm so sorry for my unconsciousness. It just gives a deeper deeper knowing to it.
Okay.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Yeah, no problem. Okay, so there's that list again. The Buddha's ascension list: perfect relationship, financial abundance, perfect health, happy family, fully embodying mission and purpose. It's a nice little list to remember. And easy to memorize, really easy to memorize, and even just put I am in front of it. In the I am is peace, love, and joy, basically. We're just expanding understandings of
Abundance. Oh, perfect health, perfect health. Perfect health.
of what the Council of Love is saying and meaning and all these
Perfect
lists and things.
health. Perfect family.
Happy
Mm.
family. And then fully embodying mission and purpose.
Fully embodied vision. Fully embodied.
Mission and purpose. Yeah. And that's the Buddha's list. And you can come back and review these recordings, because we're recording this. You can come back in and pause it. You could even pause it at the different slides if you want to remember exactly what's we've said here. So there we are. Tell the universe again. We're always remembering to do this, because often we forget. What would we like to see reflected back? Family and everyone ascended in gratitude and love for each other. Family and everyone in perfect lustrous relationship with self, everyone. Family and everyone with financial security, abundance, in perfect lustrous health. Happy on this adventure, fully embodying mission and purpose. A lustrous planet. That would change the planet if we all understood that very quickly. And then this is the last slide, and it says attachment with love, detachment with peace, with apologies. All there is love and joy and peace. And remembering there's no difference between healing and creation. Every creation is a healing, and every healing is a creation.
Question.
Mhm.
The people that you work with, you know, the females, the ladies that you work with, do they suffer from lack of self-relationship, self-love? Is
Mm.
that it?
Yes, very much so. And usually it's when it's extreme addiction, there's sexual abuse. There's been sexual
Oh.
abuse in the families when there's really extreme addiction. Yeah. It's trauma it's harder to get over, harder to forgive. And it's just that we're not taught properly how to deal with this. It should be taught in the school systems. And it should be recognized that these kids have been struggling, but often it's not recognized. And then it's unfortunate. But there's a lot of good people working in the areas, in the core of the cities, you know, in the various foundations. And I know in British Columbia, we're upgrading our addiction treatment right now and housing situation. So that was a big thing that came out in the news 2 days ago here in British Columbia. So hopefully we'll see some improvement. And I know Alberta, where Darren is, there's big things happening there too. Okay, so let's send love to Ken for 10 minutes now.
Okay.
Yeah. So I've got my timer set, and so let's just surround him with love and peace and joy and healing, perfect healing. Okay, and I'll see everyone in 10 minutes. Okay. There we go. That's 10 minutes, a little longer than 10 minutes. I forgot to set the timer. Thought I did. We went over. Okay. Oh, I thought there was a message there, but nope, no message. Okay, well, that was fun. And I'm going to continue. I've set my flow of love to be continuous. So I'm going to, yes. So that it just flows, because you can do that with yourself. You can set it so that it's an ongoing flow. Yeah. So any other questions or anything about that slideshow? I think we've got that anchored in now. We won't need to do that again. So we'll go on in the next class on Friday. We'll go on to the more teachings from the Buddha, because there's a bit more that he explains. Yeah, it's a really good law to understand. Okay. Well, Lillian, if anything happens with Ken that you want us to send more love, send me an email.
Okay,
And I'll send it out to the group.
okay, thank
Yeah.
you.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah, and we'll keep an ongoing. I'll keep an ongoing flow to him. So,
You know, I put him in the middle in a circle, and we surrounded him and we blasted him with love.
yeah,
Thank you.
Well, that's
Thank
good.
you so much. I appreciate that.
Oh,
Yeah.
yeah.
beautiful. That's exactly what's needed.
Oh, yeah.
Okay, well, I'll stop this recording right now. So thank you, everybody, and appreciate that you're all here. What has happened to my recording?
Thank you for all your work. Oh, my gosh.
Oh, you're
The
so welcome.
preparation. Oh, thank you.
Okay, you're so welcome. I just feel like the more it's just a small circle, it goes out to the planet. So it's energy, it's information that's going into the collective. So it's
Yes.
a good endeavor. All right.